Good morning, and happy Friday to everyone. If you've been following me for any period of time, you know that Friday is my day to go to my local farmers market. So why do I do this? A couple of reasons. Local farmers market, you know where your food's coming from. Now obviously this time of year here in Pennsylvania, our farmers aren't growing their own crops, so they are getting crops. Sorry, I'm trying to drive and do this at the same time, which probably isn't smart. They are having to get their crops from other places, but they're buying from other small farms out of state. Most of them. There are one or two stands at the market I go to that you can tell you know, that they're buying from the huge commercial farms, because they have the stickers on them that you put on when you buy stuff in the grocery stores. But you can just tell a difference in the produce when you're buying it from the farmer's market. Also, much cheaper. Seriously, like it's a lot cheaper than buying from even Walmart to go to a market. Also, you're supporting your local farmer. You're not supporting giant corporations and giving money to more of the corporate greed in this country. When you're buying from a farmer's market, especially if you're buying local, you have the opportunity to ask the people that are working there if these foods are pesticide free. I have been doing a lot of research over the course of several years on the dangers of commercial farming. It's really sad what we have come to in America in the case of our farms. And I know people are going to argue that, oh, it's perfectly safe, all our government says it's safe. Well, first of all, do any of y'all trust the government? Because I know I don't. And second of all, if you leave the Americas and go to Europe, you will find so many of the things that we put into practice here in the United States is completely illegal in the European Union. So proof right there. This stuff is bad. A lot of this stuff that we are eating is bad. So Mike and I, whenever we can, we buy everything from our local farmers market. Now obviously you've seen me buy meat at Costco. Costco, if you do your research on Costco, is a bit different than your big standard grocery stores. Their butchers in-house are, most of them, from what I've seen, from what I've read, their meat is coming local as well. Like when the guys are butchering in Costco, the meat's not coming from the large factory farms. Costco, you also have the ability to buy a lot of organic meat. I love supporting Costco for a number of reasons. Again, just do your research on the company as a whole, and the way they treat their workers and pay their workers is so much different than these other big box grocery stores. So again, it's just kind of a mental, well, it literally covers everything. It's mental for us, it's emotional for us, it's physical for us, on why we, Mike and I, try to support the local person instead of big box chains. So anyway, I've rambled enough to say, yeah, it's Friday and I'm on my way to the farmer's market, and I will show you when I get back what I buy. Oh, well, first I gotta go to the bank because I don't have any money. You kind of need that. Still need that in today's economy. We've come past the point of being able to barter for food. So yeah, Michelle, go to the bank. They seriously don't make these drive-through lanes big enough for full-size vehicles. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. It's just wrong how close I have to get with my mirrors to get out of here. Not everybody drives a smart car. I got kind of excited. Do you remember these? Like, I haven't seen one of the old 20s in a while. And this isn't really an old 20. What's the date on this? 80. Good Lord. 80. Heck, I can't remember. Is that an 88, I think? Oh my gosh, Michelle, really? Where are your glasses? So yeah, I know it's not a super old one, but wow, we've been seeing the newer 20s for so many years now that I can't believe an ATM spit this out at me. All right, that was my little excitement for the day. Time to buy some veggies. Okay, back from market, so I'm going to show you everything that I bought. I spent a little over $70 at market. I think I got quite a bit. Fish is pricey, so if you take off what I bought for fish, I only spent like $53. So definitely got my money's worth for $53. But fish, I'm telling you what, I wish I lived closer to the ocean, or at least somewhere where I could fish. The only fishing around here is the Susquehanna River, and we are just downriver from TMI, which is 3 Mile Island, if you're unfamiliar, which is the nuclear power plant that had the meltdown in '79. And we don't feel comfortable eating fish out of that river. The river is not clean. We go down and picnic along there, but we don't eat what comes out of there. So there's no place for us to really get fish. And also we are more fond of saltwater fish than we are freshwater. We're just not big fans of freshwater fishing. But we did find out that down in Baltimore there is a big fish market where the fish is coming in from the Atlantic Ocean and from the Chesapeake Bay, and maybe even from the Delaware Bay too. I'm not completely sure on that, but you can get fish at very cheap prices. So we're going to save up some money and go down there with, you know, a decent amount of money and go check it out. But until then, unfortunately, we have to pay the high fish prices around here. So anyway, here's what I got. I'm going to start with the meat and then we'll move to the produce. So I bought some chicken. So I have 3 whole chicken breasts that I asked them to split for me, so that it ends up being 6 chicken breasts, and then 2 of the leg thigh combos. So this will actually be 2 meals for us. So 3 breasts and a leg thigh for 1 meal, the other 3 and a leg thigh for a second meal. So I'm just going to go ahead and freeze that. A lot of people don't buy chicken with bones in anymore, at least the pieces. They'll buy a whole chicken with the bones in, but you just don't see a lot of people buying the chicken with the bones. Everybody wants to go to the boneless, skinless chicken breast, which I use a ton of, don't get me wrong. But every once in a while, I like to make chicken on the grill with the bones, and it gets less dry when it's still on the bone. I'll show you the recipe when I make it this week of how I make a pineapple chicken. I don't know if I have it on YouTube or not. I don't remember. But anyway, I pre-cook the chicken in pure pineapple juice. And then I just put it on the grill to crisp it up and brown it. Oh, it is divine. It falls off the bone, and it just doesn't get as dried out when you let the skin on and when you let that bone on. Okay, back to the meat. So here is the haddock that I bought. So this was 1.37 pounds. We paid $12.75 a pound for the haddock. But again, like I've said before, I won't buy fish from a grocery store because 99% of the time it is coming from Asia. Seriously, people, watch a documentary on seafood from Asia. You will never eat it again. This is U.S. wild-caught haddock. Then I got 3 pounds of ground round. Again, you know I normally buy organic ground beef from Costco, but I haven't gotten to Costco lately. But this is local butcher. Twin Pine Farms right here in South Central Pennsylvania. They butcher all their own meat. That's where the chicken came from, and that's where the ground beef has come from. So that's all I needed for meat this week because I do have more in the freezer. So over to my produce. So I got a little box of red potatoes again for Mike for breakfast one morning this week. I got a big bunch of broccoli, some green grapes. Now here's the difference in pricing from grocery store to market. When I was at our local grocery store last Friday, I guess it was, I had already bought grapes at market because I was making my fruit salad for Easter Sunday. And at market, there we are paying $1.89 a pound for green grapes. which I think is still ridiculous when my kids live in Florida and they literally get them for 99 cents a pound down there all the time. That's not a sale price. So anyway, I'm spending $1.89 at Market. The cheapest I've ever seen them on sale in a grocery store here is $1.99, and that is so rare. The grocery store that I went to last Friday was $2.99 a pound. $3 a pound for grapes. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? And that's not organic. That's just grapes. So yeah, huge difference in the pricing. Okay, back to my food. I got 4 limes. They were 4 for $1. I got 4 kiwi. They were 4 for $1. 4 like gorgeous, beautiful tomatoes. Again, you know I have an addiction. Oh, I guess I could be addicted to worse things. Nice red pepper. 3 of the little pickles. 2 containers of strawberries. 2 containers of blackberries. And this I bought from, I mean, obviously this stuff here is not being grown locally right now. Everything is coming probably from Florida. The strawberries and the blackberries are coming from California. But these 3 items here have been grown locally. It's a place called Brogue Hydroponics, and it's all organic, pesticide-free produce, but you're going to pay some money for it. So I got a big bunch of fresh parsley to put in our salads, a bag of spinach. Like the parsley was $1.75 for the bunch. I mean, it's a nice size, healthy bunch. The spinach was $3 for the bag. And this lettuce is called Galisse, G-A-L-I-S-S-E. You buy it still with the roots and the what's the word I want? Dirt on it. Oh my God, Michelle. But when you first look at it, it looks like a butter lettuce, but they had it sitting next to their butter lettuce. It is much thinner, and I asked the farmer, you know, about the difference, and he says it's sweeter. It's literally butterier. Boy, that's not an easy word to say, butterier, and softer to chew than the butter lettuce. So I cannot wait to try some of this in a salad. So that's going to be it for my market haul this morning. Thanks for listening to me babble, and I'll catch you in a future video. Bye.